December 4th, 1872. The Atlantic Ocean. A silent British brig drifts aimlessly across gray waters.
The crew of Dei Gratia boards the vessel, expecting a disaster. Instead, they find absolute, chilling order.
10 souls vanished. Even now, having the Mary Celeste mystery explained remains history's most elusive maritime puzzle.
Forget Conan Doyle's fictional smoking breakfast. The reality of this maritime enigma is far more profoundly disturbing.
What invisible terror forced Captain Benjamin Briggs to abandon a perfectly seaworthy ship in the open ocean? The answer lies buried within her intact cargo, 1,701 barrels of alcohol. Built in 1861 and originally named Amazon, the vessel carried a dark, inescapable curse from birth. The first commander tragically fell ill and died before the ship ever completed her maiden ocean voyage. Rechristened Mary Celeste, she was eventually purchased by Captain Benjamin Briggs, an experienced and highly respected mariner. In November 1872, Captain Briggs departed New York alongside his wife, Sarah, and 2-year-old daughter, Sophia. 7 highly experienced sailors joined them, making a total of 10 people aboard the meticulously prepared vessel. Just days before departing, Briggs dined with Captain David Morehouse, the very man destined to find him.
Their destination was Genoa, Italy, carrying a highly volatile specialized cargo, industrial alcohol for fortifying Italian wines. The voyage proceeded smoothly until November 25, 1872, when the final routine log entry was recorded. Sighted exactly 6 miles from Santa Maria Island, the brig showed absolutely no signs of impending doom.
9 days later, Dei Gratia intercepted the silent ship 400 miles from her last known position.
The boarding party discovered roughly 1 meter of water in the hold. Alarming, but definitely not fatal.
A deliberate evacuation occurred. The ship's chronometer and sextant were missing, taken by a rational, calculating mind. Yet piracy was completely impossible. Gold coins, valuable personal belongings, and delicate children's toys remained entirely untouched. The only lifeboat was successfully launched into the waves, but flee a floating fortress into certain death. Brought to Gibraltar, getting the Mary Celeste mystery explained quickly transformed into a bitter, relentless legal battle. Attorney General Frederick Sully Flood led the aggressive investigation, entirely convinced that brutal mutiny caused the tragedy. Investigators discovered suspicious dark stains on the wooden deck and an abandoned sword, immediately declaring it blood. However, rigorous chemical analysis soon shattered this dramatic theory. The supposed blood was merely rust and wine. Despite having no proof, the paranoid court ruthlessly slashed the salvage reward to 1,700 British pounds. The cursed vessel sailed for another 13 years, passing through the hands of 17 different nervous owners. In 1885, it was deliberately run aground and destroyed off Haiti in a desperate insurance fraud. The physical ship finally met its ultimate fiery demise, yet the original mystery of 10 missing souls remained. Discard ridiculous theories of giant squids and paranormal phenomena. Science now demands a rational, physically possible explanation. The actual answer was always hiding within the cargo. 9 specific barrels of alcohol were found completely empty. Unlike the others constructed from white oak, these 9 specific casks were made from porous red oak. This highly porous wood allowed the highly volatile industrial alcohol to slowly evaporate into the sealed hold. Invisible, heavy, and extremely flammable vapors pooled silently in the darkness beneath the unsuspecting sailors' leather boots. As the brig approached the Azores, severe tropical heat intensified the rapid expansion of the deadly gas. When a sailor finally opened the main hatch, a sudden, terrifying rush of choking fumes erupted upward. In 2006, Dr. Andrea Sella at UCL proved this exact scenario could trigger an explosion. A spark could ignite the alcohol vapor, creating a massive pressure wave without leaving behind burn marks.
The terrified crew believed the ship was instantly exploding.
Close the hatch!
But why did the vessel survive entirely undamaged then? In sheer panic, Captain Briggs ordered an immediate evacuation into the lifeboat, securing it with a tow line. They trailed safely behind the supposedly doomed ship, desperately waiting for a devastating fire that never arrived. Then, a brutal squall suddenly struck the area, snapping the thick hemp tow line like fragile thread. Unmanned but perfectly balanced, the large ship caught the fierce wind and rapidly sailed away forever. 10 people were left helplessly adrift in a tiny boat amidst the vast, unforgiving Atlantic Ocean. Without essential supplies or navigational tools, they succumbed entirely to the merciless elements of the sea. This scientifically backed scenario remains the single most logical explanation for the seemingly supernatural historical tragedy. The ultimate tragedy lies in the brutal, crushing irony. The Mary Celeste was actually entirely perfectly safe. Once the trapped toxic vapor successfully escaped into the open atmosphere, the invisible danger completely vanished forever. Captain Briggs made a rational, calculated command to protect his beloved family, unintentionally sealing their tragic doom. They were swallowed by the merciless deep abyss, leaving absolutely no physical trace within the dark waves. With no final official conclusion ever established, the vessel transcended history, becoming an immortal maritime ghost legend. With no final official conclusion ever established, the vessel transcended history, becoming an immortal maritime ghost legend. The cursed vessel itself was nothing more than an innocent canvas for human panic and tragic miscalculation. Sarah and 2-year-old Sophia were violently snatched from their peaceful existence by an invisible, terrifying phantom threat. The sea simply swallowed them whole, keeping its dark, terrible secrets securely hidden within its crushing depths. Imagine the overwhelming despair of floating in a fragile wooden lifeboat amid cold, dark, towering ocean waves. They watched their perfectly safe, sturdy ship quickly sail away, abandoning them to an agonizing, freezing death. Did Captain Benjamin Briggs plunge his innocent family into freezing water, frantically fleeing a non-existent, invisible fire? Only to helplessly watch their totally undamaged vessel sail away forever over the cold, dark ocean horizon? What do you truly believe happened aboard the cursed Mary Celeste? Share your historical theory down below. Our archival investigations continue. Ahead lie vanished ships, silent decks, impossible choices, and human stories swallowed so completely by the sea that only questions still rise from the depths.